Hey, yo, what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Happy Thursday to you all. The weekend is almost here, guys. Can you feel it? Aren't you all excited? What's popping, y'all? This is another episode that we here call S.A.D. Something About Dynamite here on the Around the Point Network YouTube channel and also over on twitch.tv. This is your AEW Dynamite review for April 5th, 2023. If you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up and share it throughout your entire social media platforms. But what's going on, everybody? I am that Peruvian Fight TV extraordinaire. I am Steve, and of course, I'm joined here by the good brother himself, Big Mike, the pride of Detroit. What's going on, Mike?
Chilling, man. Kind of tired, but hey, it is
Bro.
what it is. Dedication.
Yeah, man.
Hard work, dedication.
That's one of the greatest of all time would say. Hard work, dedication. There you go. So originally Walter was going to be on today, but he had something happen, and it's fine. He had plans changed, so it is what it is. So here's Mike. But thank you, Mike, for stepping in. But I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, no problem.
But again, guys, a lot to get into today, a lot to discuss. AEW Dynamite was last night. A lot of things to talk about regarding the show. There was a major announcement that took place, and everyone was wondering what will be this major announcement, Mike. Throughout the day, everyone thought that the announcement was that hey, Nigel McGuinness was signed to AEW.
Right.
And that's what I thought. Oh, okay, even though yes, Nigel McGuinness is signed, officially all elite. He did show up at Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor, as a commentator, and I'm happy to see that. Honestly, if I can be serious for a sec here, I would love for him to be a commentator on AEW television.
Mm-hmm.
I know they have a lot already at the table. They have Taz, they have Tony Schiavone and Excalibur. And then on Friday, you'll have Jim Ross. But I mean, if I can be honest here, if that's just me, of course, I would replace probably Taz. Like, if it was up to me, I would have a two-man booth on Dynamite. Let it be Tony Schiavone. Let it be, let it be Tony Schiavone and Nigel McGuinness.
You think Tony Schiavone could handle? I think Nigel McGuinness is a very, very underrated color guy. Very underrated. From his times in NXT with Mauro Ranallo, it felt like he was one of the only guys that could really be the yin to his yang. Not a lot of guys couldn't do it. When they trialed him on SmackDown, nobody like JBL messed with him. Michael Cole wasn't really good with him. But Nigel McGuinness was really good with Mauro Ranallo. If it was up to me,
you would sign
I would sign Mauro Ranallo and take away Tony Schiavone and keep him for special occasions, or just have him do Fridays and the pay-per-views.
I would too, but I think with Mauro, the situation is, he's good. As in, he has stuff already that he's doing. Like he does, I think he covers Bellator. I think he also does Showtime boxing. So he's set, dude.
Yeah, and I don't think he's really feeling. I know he's a big wrestling fan, but I don't think he's feeling wrestling commentary right now.
I don't think so. I think he has enough a lot on his plate. But hey, I would love to see that. I would love for him to. Again, I love that we're talking about people from the combat sports world, right? I even said, if you watch Creed, the guy who does the ring announcing in the movie Creed, mostly for DAZN, to do it the Dreads.
Yeah, I forget his name, but I know what you're talking about.
I would love for him, and I'm not, I'm not saying for every single show. I'm not saying that either, but for special events, like if AEW were to snatch him for pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Try to figure out a dude's name. There you go, David Diamante. That's his name, David Diamante. That's the dude's name.
Yeah, he's a good ring announcer.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good. Low key.
And don't get me wrong, I like the Dapper Yapper. I like him too, but you know, he's a good weekly guy.
Yeah. And it looks like Nigel's gonna be just a interviewer backstage, which is like, cause that's what it felt like to me. Cause we'll get into it now. Fuck, we'll get into this right now before we get into the review. So in the show, they had him with Tony Khan to issue the big announcement, right? They had him with Tony, and it looked like Nigel was more like the interviewer,
Hmm.
and they basically announced that many years ago, four guys started a revolution. That was Cody Rhodes, the Young Bucks, and Kenny Omega,
Hmm.
right? Called All In, and now he is happy to announce that they're gonna do it again. Well, not this time without Cody, obviously, for contractual reasons, but All In is coming back. This time in London, England, at Wembley Stadium.
Hmm. Who's celebrating their 100th year?
Yes, their 100th year. Now, mind you, they're doing Wembley Stadium Sunday, August 27th.
Right.
Let that sink in for a second, dude. You're gonna think about it, right? We've heard for a while about them going to the UK, right? When's it gonna happen, right? It's like
Hmm.
they left the UK hanging, right? Oh, we got the announcement coming, but they never really talk about it. And now
Hmm.
here we are. And now, mind you, I was expecting, okay, they're going to the UK. I was expecting the O2 Arena. That's where WWE's having Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Um, in a couple of, I think in July, right?
Hmm.
I know there's also an arena in Manchester. I think it's Manchester Arena. I could be wrong on that. Let me just see here real quick. Yeah, it's the Manchester Arena, right? Which holds about what's the capacity of 21,000. That's the AO Arena, right?
Hmm.
Or, I was also expecting, the Hydro Arena in Glasgow, which holds about um let me see here. It holds for a capacity of 12,000 if you're seated and 14,500 for standing. The Hydro, which is in Glasgow.
Hmm.
Or which by the way, Impact TNA back in the day used to run shows at the Hydro. Or I was also expecting Wembley Arena, which is also known as the OVO Arena.
Yeah.
No relation. Is he related to Drake? Likely yes. I think so, right? I think Drake bought the building.
I don't know that man.
So
Right now
that
he's in some Kardashian snatch, so I don't know.
Drizzy Drake, good for him, man. So okay, no, it's not. So the OVO Arena, OVO, which is back then known as Wembley, is its capacity of 12,500. I was expecting something like that. I don't know about you.
I wasn't expecting them going to London at all. You know, I didn't think they were gonna go do a foreign show right away. You know, um, I know that it was gonna happen eventually. But Steve, if you could do me a solid, how much does Wembley Stadium hold?
Wembley Stadium. Let's see here, shall we?
Yes.
Wembley Stadium. I've heard 90,000, but let's find out, shall we? Yeah. So Wembley Stadium is the national stadium of England, right?
Uh-huh.
That's where the national team plays, basically, and it holds up to 90,000.
What was the most that they have ever had in arena?
And like
It's the biggest
capacity.
place that they ran. Yes.
Let's see here. It had to be for the FA Cup in
No, no,
2008.
no. I'm talking about AEW. Huh?
What are you talking about here?
What is the biggest show they've ran? AEW.
I
Like
would
in
say the
capacity.
I would say the United Center. Remember, the United Center is one of those big buildings here in the States.
And then that holds,
United Center, 23,500.
and they're trying to jump all the way up to potentially 90.
And and here's the thing about it, people will say, "Oh, technically, guys, it's not the first stadium show they're running." Remember Arthur Ashe in New York,
Well,
right?
Arthur Ashe holds 20 something.
23,771.
Yeah. So the biggest show that they ran was in Chicago.
In Chicago, yes.
It wasn't even in New York. And they want to go overseas and try and fill 90,000. I don't know, man. I mean, hey, you get about what 820 to about 990,000 views a week on TBS.
Well, here's the
Is
thing,
a small hold up. It is a small portion of your viewership gonna either fly or show up to the Wembley Stadium and fill out 90,000? Yeah, all in is gonna be great. It sounds great already before a match is even confirmed. But can they really fill 90,000? Can they? I'm not gonna say yes, and I'm not gonna say no. But I'm feeling at ease.
They're jumping the gun here a little bit.
I think they're kind of jumping the gun, but I'm not gonna fully believe. I know UK crowds. I know UK crowds can go crazy, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
Here's what I'm reading here. Okay, this is from Talksports. AEW is rising in the UK since the start of 2022. AEW has been the highest rating driver for men 16 to 34 on the channel. That's being ITV, right? Generating 11% of all ratings in this young male demographic, but occupying just 2% of the schedule. 2022 saw AEW's reach 2.8, in men across, million viewers across the year, which is a million more than it reached in 2021. So they get big numbers in the UK. They do. But here's the thing. I am with you in this case. But the way I look at it too is, okay, this is the first time they're going to the UK. And they want to make a big splash. They want to make the biggest splash possible. Also, Mike, you may know more about this than I do because you follow football more than I do. The Jaguars, when they play in the UK, they play at Wembley, right?
Okay.
Then again, I feel like every team does, right? When they play in the UK, they all play at Wembley.
I guess so.
But to my understanding, Shad Khan has a connect to that stadium.
Yeah, because he owns a football team in
England,
in the UK.
So there is that connection, right? Do I think though they'll hit 90,000? No, I don't think they do. But it'll be cool to see them try. How do you guys in the chat feel about that? Let us know. Do you guys think AEW hits 90,000 ticket sales? When tickets go on sale, when they go to the UK, I want to see if this graphic that we have, did it say when they go on sale? They go on sale Friday, May 5th. Cinco de Mayo, they go on sale. And again, dude, bro, they're going to one of the most iconic stadiums in the world.
Yeah.
Wembley Stadium. Fucking Wembley Stadium.
If you want to go wrestling, right? One of the biggest cards there, the Intercontinental Championship main event of the show.
Yes, it did. Which, by the way, held the 2020 Euro final. It was England versus Italy. back in 2021.
Yeah.
Now, again, we don't know what is their seating arrangement. We don't even know. For all we know, dude, they might pull a TNA. Half of you probably, some of y'all probably wondering, gee, Steve, what the fuck are you talking about here? So back in 2012, when TNA ran Lockdown 2012, they ran the show. It was 2012, 2013. They ran the show. Guess where, Mike? Guess where?
Wembley Stadium?
No, in the Alamo Dome.
Oh, okay.
And they didn't use the entire stadium. They only used like a part of it.
Now, what's up, everybody in the chat? I will get to your comments, but I want to point out this one comment. This could possibly get 90,000 people there.
Yes, that could very well be the answer there. That could very well be the answer. You could have Omega and Ospreay sell out that joint and it be the main event, right? Romeo writes here. Yeah, ready for some Rhea main eventing?
It's not happening.
Never mind. It has a 90% capacity. The stage for All In will most likely take seats away.
So they're shrinking from 90,000 to
89,000, 89,000, 87,000, probably 84,000.
No, I think they can shrink it down all the way to 70,000.
But here's the thing, though.
Take 20,000 seats away.
Now, my question is, will they pull a WWE here? Do you know what I mean with that, Mike? When I say they'll probably pull a WWE?
And inflate the number?
Yes.
They'll probably do that as a rib. But like today, you guys broke a Wembley Stadium record of 2,439,000,000. It'd be something like that, but I don't think that they'll pull that. That doesn't seem like their style. But if they do that, I mean, TK is pulling at some straws.
Yes. But you know what, though? Knowing Tony Khan, I feel like he's going to really pull this a master card here. He's going to have to literally book the most amazing card for this show.
Yeah, it's going to have to be better than Forbidden Door.
Now, people are probably wondering. Now, also, it's worth also mentioning here as well, Mike. All Out is likely a week after that in Chicago,
which is crazy. What are they trying to put off? What are they trying to like?
Well, if WWE can do SummerSlam in 2020, and then the week after do what was that pay-per-view that they did? Was it Battleground or whatever the fuck it was? Mike?
I have no idea.
Or whatever the fuck it was.
That was so long ago.
Yes, like 3 years ago. Then so can we. God damn it, so can we. You know? But
yeah.
And I agree with Romeo here. Pac will have a big match. They better fix up their damn production issues to run a stadium show, which is very true as well, Mike. They must. If Omega versus Ospreay 2 happens at All In, who does Omega take on at Forbidden Door? I think, honestly, Omega Ospreay will happen at Forbidden Door. The second match will happen at Forbidden Door. You know what I say, bro? Hear me out. Ready for this?
Yeah.
You ready for this? You ready?
Yeah.
In the UK, if he happens to be back, you do Will Ospreay versus CM Punk.
So you will forego Omega Ospreay 2 for Ospreay CM Punk?
No. You do Omega versus Ospreay at Forbidden Door.
Okay.
But you do Ospreay versus Punk in the UK.
No. No, I'm not. I'm not feeling that. Like, why would you? Why would you cock tease the UK and do a match like that in the US?
I mean, it's Forbidden Door, right? Forbidden Door is New Japan versus AEW.
Yeah, but still.
And we don't even know what's New Japan's schedule in September. We don't even know. For all we know, they might run a show that same day. We don't know. That's all the things to factor in as well, Mike.
Yeah, maybe they like running these shows on the holidays.
You never know, man. Just never know. I doubt all that happens this year. No, from my understanding, it's gonna happen. It's just gonna be pushed to a later date.
And that later date could be a week after.
Psh, literally. There's even talks of them doing the United Center, which I hope they do. Because I'm pretty sure if you're traveling to Chicago, right, or Illinois, you're gonna be in Chicago. You're not gonna waste your time in Hoffman Estates, and then you gotta go see the city of Chicago. Oh, that's like a fucking hell of a drive. It's not worth it. You could do Omega versus Jericho at Forbidden Door. Who is the king of Canada? And do Omega versus Ospreay at All In. What you think, Big Mike? Play it again.
No. Omega Jericho. I don't want to see. I don't want to see that again.
We're past that already. We're good.
Yeah, we're past that.
Respectful.
Like, I don't care who the. That's more of a Caden thing. I don't care who the king of Canada is. You know what I'm saying?
Respectfully. But nonetheless, dude, I am excited, man. I am excited that they're going to the UK. I am hoping that even if they don't hit the 90,000, right? Again, we don't know what the structure is going to be like. We don't know. It'll be funny as shit, dude, if the structure is the same shit like you see on AEW TV in the States. That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. But there's a lot to factor in here. There's a lot to factor in to see what happens and all that stuff. But anyway, enough about all that, guys. We've talked about the stadium stuff and we're happy for it. I think it's about that time, guys, that we get into the show.
Let's fucking go.
So, Big Mike, man, we were supposed to start Dynamite, right? With was supposed to be Juice Robinson versus Ricky Stark, the opening match.
Rock Hard Juice.
Rock Hard Juice Robinson. Pause. And it didn't happen.
Nope.
It did not happen at all. Instead, you hear Bullet Club for life, right? And then you hear Jay White's music, the Switchblade. Jay White hits the ring and beats up Ricky Starks and aligns himself with Juice Robinson. Hits the Blade Runner. The crowd, even though the crowd sucked, let's be honest, here in Long Island, the crowd sucked, right?
They didn't pop for him?
No. They had a pop here, but the rest of the night, they just shat the bed. It felt like for me, right? They could have been better. But they popped for him, of course, dude. It's New York, it's Long Island, right? They're gonna pop for him, right? But that's what happened, right? And after that, on social media, Tony Khan issued a tweet, and guess what, Big Mike? Switchblade Jay White. It's officially all elite.
All elite.
He got his graphic. There were talks, Big Mike, that Jay White might be making his way to Connecticut. There were talks that he was going to go up north. There were talks that, and quietly, that he was going to go to WWE. There were reports that, he was not going to go, right? After all. But then we were told that, we should not buy into that story, that he was going to be there, right? That he was going to go to WWE, right? We should trust the source. And at the end of the day, when it was all said and done, guess what? He ends up in AEW.
Right.
Um, I can't find a clip for it, but you kind of get the idea what I was trying to go with here, right? He's all elite. He's part of AEW, right? But
Yeah.
Mike, I want to get your thoughts, man. Your thoughts on Jay White going to AEW. Your thoughts on, there were talks that he was going to make his way to the Fed. It didn't happen at all.
Yeah.
Your thoughts, man.
So, I found out moments after we ended our show yesterday. Me, Kaden, and Walter were off the air, and we were in a kind of like that backstage area. And Kaden started popping. I was like, "Holy shit! Holy shit! Holy shit!" And I was like, "What's going on?" And he said, "Jay White's in AEW." And I said, "Bullshit." And I turned it on, and there he was, shirtless and celebrating. Instantly depressed. I was.
You're
Initial
depressed, bro?
reaction. Initial reaction. Instantly depressed. Because I thought he would have had a good run if he was in the Fed. Um, he would have stood out more. And I even said it then, and Caden can back me up on this if he's listening. I said him helping Juice Robinson and going up against Ricky Starks just makes him another guy.
You want to know my reaction, Big Mike, when I saw Jay White show up on Dynamite?
Yeah.
Fuck!
That was pretty much mine was too.
Yeah, hear me out. Now, hear me out. Initially, yes, I agree. I was under the impression he was going to the Fed. Now, I know a lot of you right now want to play social justice warriors on social media. I know a lot of you want to be hashtag activist. Mike, you've seen it, right? You've seen it this whole week, right?
No.
The NNVs on Twitter, right? Wanting someone to be removed, put the hashtag, being their hashtag activist, like, IWC does. Right? And there's talks that tomorrow the show gonna be they're gonna hijack and what have you.
Oh, yeah. Hashtag hijack SmackDown.
Yeah, bullshit, which they're not gonna do. They're gonna just sit there and shut their mouth, right? The point is though, right? I was under that impression that because I was told, like, just like you, hey, he's on his way, right? He's gonna be there, right? And just like you, I felt like, okay, he shows up, helps out Juice Robinson. It's like, all right, man, he's just another guy on the roster.
Yeah.
And at least in the Fed, he would have stood out, right? Would have had the big presentation. Okay, this is who he is, all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because here's the thing about it, okay, and I'm gonna be honest here. Can we all agree when WWE introduces somebody? Okay, when it comes to being someone being introduced, right? WWE does it better than AEW.
I can agree. They've done some of AEW's debuts and returns have been underwhelming. Hit or miss. Mostly miss, but they hit on some levels.
Yes. I know there's talk to the writing was on the wall. There's even talk to WWE passed on him as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. Which
Romeo put an article in our group chat. You can read it after.
Can I read it now or?
Yeah, you can read it now. Yeah, go ahead and read it now. Yeah. Okay, I mean, it's important. Go. It's on topic.
So this is from this is what Fightful Select confirmed. It's a multi-year contract. It was okay. So regarding with AEW, he has a multi-year contract, right? Also, the deal that plays ahead of WWE WrestleMania 39, and sources were aware that would not be coming in by then, right? While impending free agency, the first hit of our radar around Wrestle Kingdom, we learned WWE had interest in White. In the following weeks, WWE were even confident that they'd land White. Along the way, we're told that Triple H and William Regal both showed interest. However, WWE higher ups said that the company failed to communicate properly along the process. Before nothing that AEW landing him over WWE could have been a product of Vince McMahon's return and the lack of main roster hires since then. And there were communication between Jay White and both WWE and AEW. So basically, it was the whole thing with Vince. The whole thing it was basically the Vince return, which led to Jay White choosing AEW over WWE.
So Vince returning as an employee pretty much said, he's going to be back in the chair soon. So no, I don't want to take that risk.
Which I understand. Honestly, dude, if that's the case, I understand it. I don't fault him for that. I don't fault him. But before anyone sits there and says, oh, WWE will know what to do with him, right? Someone of his talent, someone of his caliber. I do recall many years ago, Mike, I don't know if you remember this or not, there was a former IWGP champion who showed up on WWE television, drew number 3 in the Royal Rumble, and then less than a year became WWE champion.
Yeah.
His name was AJ Styles.
Yes.
Now, I'm not saying that Jay White is in the same level as AJ. We're not saying that either, but it has happened. It has happened. I'm not saying Jay would have been WWE champion by no means at all. But again, WWE's miss is AEW's gain.
It is. They just got to do something with him to make it his gain. Just because you signed him don't mean you gained somebody. I mean, you gained somebody, but you haven't gained a star yet unless you built them that way.
Yeah. And if I'm AEW,
sorry.
Go on, Mike. I'm sorry.
I was going to say I kind of agree with Chase's points that he made on Twitter. It's like you gotta make WWE regret everything with him.
Yes.
Every single thing. You gotta make them regret that they missed out on a big thing. You just can't have him, in a feud with
fucking Orange
Action
Cassidy.
Andretti, Orange Cassidy,
Dark Elevation or AEW.
Dark Elevation. I don't want to see him on
any
single Dark. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. I know Kenny Omega was on Dark. I know Adam Cole was on Dark maybe. I know that some big stars were on Dark. Bryan Danielson was on Dark. I don't care. If he touches Dark, he's the same guy. He's just the same. He's just a guy. That's all he is. He's just a guy.
But Mike, he had a killer match. But Mike, the work rate was amazing.
Don't care.
But Mike,
Dark is a show for jobbers.
But Mike, Dave Meltzer gave his match 7 stars.
Dave Meltzer is an asshat.
To be fair, though, and I agree with what Chase said too, I feel like this should be what EC3 did in TNA back in 2013, 2014. Even though EC3 touched WWE prior to that as Derek Bateman, but he got let go with the TNA, proved everyone wrong. That's what Jay White should do here. Jay White needs to literally, in this case, AEW, show everyone, okay, this is what you guys missed out on. Now watch us make him a star. Even though he's already a star to the hardcore fans, what have you, and that's awesome, right? But now in America, now you're in the States.
Yeah.
How long before Jay White is ROH champion?
I give it 4 months, and he'll be beating Claudio.
Even that, but do you want him to touch the Ring of Honor World title?
I don't. That's another
even.
reason. If he touches Ring of Honor, just another guy. It's nothing big about him. Just another guy.
But Mike, the history, the legend that have come through Ring of Honor, Mike.
And I know, didn't early and Green Jay White go on excursion to Ring of Honor in his early years?
Yes, many years ago.
But guess what?
That's
I don't care. I don't care. This dude's different. This dude's different. Like the way that he was in New Japan as the leader of Bullet Club.
why can't he
Different.
feud with Orange Cassidy? He's one of the best ratings draws. One of the best.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I love Orange Cassidy, but it doesn't matter because
It don't matter.
his style of feud is goofy and trash. To be
Listen,
quite 100%, I like him as a worker. I slightly like him as a champion, but other than that,
listen.
it's
Go
a
on. I'm sorry.
turnoff.
The thing is, dude, I don't want to listen. You're gonna have Orange. You're gonna have Switchblade Jay White, who, in his own words, sold out Madison Square Garden. I was there for that. Main event in
G1
Tokyo Dome.
Supercard.
G1 Supercard. Yes, I was there for that with Walter. Right. Main event in Tokyo Dome. Won the IWGP World Title. Beat Okada. Beat Tanahashi. Right. Beat the best of the best. Right. And you bring him to the stage just so he can take offense like this? No, we're not doing that.
No, it's fun. It's all fine and dandy, to be a nice TV match. But I don't want him feuding with him. He can have a match with him, but I don't care for a feud. He needs to have serious feuds.
Now, this whole little
No
thing
carny
with him,
shit.
this right now with Juice Robinson, I'll accept it now. I'll accept it because he just showed up. But if he 3 months from now is stuck with this dude, nah, homie.
If we're talking about Jay White the same way we talked about Adam Cole when he first showed up in
3 months from now.
AEW, that is a problem. And I'll tell you this now. The Adam Cole injury helped him because he was going nowhere.
Now look at him. About to feud with Jericho.
Now look at him. That was a blessing in disguise. Huh?
Yes. Absolutely. What's going on, Dolores? Hope all is well with you. But nonetheless, listen, let's see what happens. Let's see where all this goes. But like we said before, Mike, if we're talking about the same Switchblade Jay White where he's at now 3 months from now, hey, yo, what, man? Almost never wrestled again. The fuck?
Okay, cool. He's back now. That's my only point.
Fair.
It is a blessing. What do you mean it is a blessing? He's back.
He's back.
He's lucky
now.
to be back.
Exactly. Let's move on, Mike. So after this, we had the House of Black of Malachi Black, Buddy Matthews, and Brody King versus best friends of Trent Beretta, Chuck Taylor, and Orange Cassidy. Trent's mom, Sue, pulled up in the van, pulled up in that minivan.
Yeah.
And I thought it was funny for what it was, right? I thought the match was officially the first match of the night, right? I thought they had a very fun, entertaining match. Everyone did their back and forth. Chuck got a near fall, I think on a pile driver, but it was all said and done. Buddy Matthew hit the stomp on Chuck Taylor and got the 1-2-3. So still, your trios champion, the House of Black.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, your thoughts on the match?
Yeah, the match was fine. I dug it. It was background for me. I tuned into the match, every so often, but it was decent for what I saw.
Yes. Yes, guys. There's no, as you can tell by now, there will be no all honor this week. Caden's out on he's out on duty. So
On
next week
excursion.
on excursion, even though I will say Christopher Daniels versus Katsuyori Shibata, man. Got to suck to be on excursion right now for that one, huh, Caden? But hopefully he'll be back next week for all honor. After this, we had this little video vignette of Christian Cage, and he stands in a red room, and out comes the returning of Luchasaurus. You know, it's whatever, bro. I mean, Christian getting a check, he know what he's doing, bro. He know what he's doing. What, I don't gotta wrestle to stand behind have this big guy stand behind me in a red room.
I can't believe they're doing this again. I can't believe it.
I don't know why, bro. Like, who's he gonna feud with? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing with Christian? What are we doing, bro? Seriously, someone tell me. Like, what the fuck are we doing with Christian right now?
Bro, I don't know.
It's you know what, bro? You know what this is, bro?
That shit is a 2-pack of ass. The fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks.
Yeah.
So from there, we get the AEW Women's World Championship match. Jamie Hayter defending her title versus Riho. Mike, your thoughts on the match?
The match was okay, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, it was okay, you know. We all know what these two women can do. Don't brush this up because you're trying to keep your gimmick up of saying, "Hey, women's my favorite." I watch women's wrestling. Blah 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 blah. I know, Steve. I know. Let me just
listen. Here's the thing. Had I said that, Steven don't like women's wrestling. He don't respect women's wrestling.
Well, yeah. Just like you're off the island, you are off the I'm trying to find a nice dirty word for something.
Mad at the fitting room. Mad at the...
No, that's misogyny. Stop. I can't figure it out. So yeah.
Well, listen, right?
I mean, the match is good. I liked it. You know, I always enjoy a Jamie Hayter match.
Listen, I should have you know, I now have a yacht, and I'm a tour guide now. I give tours of the island. I give tours.
So you give tours of the island from 40 miles away in the middle of the ocean.
I drop them off, and I come back 3 hours later. I come right back. All right.
We don't even let you in the vicinity. As soon as you get 10 miles away, there's spears coming near you. It's just spear after spear after spear. Shoot, I chucked the coconut at you the last time I saw you.
Come on, man. Anyway, I thought honestly they had a very good match. I love the good back and forth of Riho and Jamie Hayter. Even though I do know, bruh, you guys give them more time. You know what I mean? But I will say this too. It wasn't at 9:25, Mike.
Well, that's a first.
That's the first. We're like, oh, wait a minute. It's not 9:25. It's still 8 something. Great. This is awesome.
I wouldn't say, I take that back. That's bad wording. That's not a first, but that's a rarity.
It's a rarity. Yeah, it's a rarity. But when it was all said and done, bro, Jamie Hayter nails a boot to the face in a lariat, and then the Haterade for the 1, 2, 3.
The Haterade.
The Haterade.
I know.
And still your women's champion, Jamie Hayter. And after this backstage, they interviewed Renee Paquette, interviewed the Outcast. All three promised that they will take the AEW Women's World Championship from Jamie Hayter.
Keep dreaming. Maybe one of them can, but keep dreaming.
I don't know, Mike. Listen, with them going to the UK, you never know, man. Saraya, think about it. Saraya versus Jamie Hayter in Wembley, UK versus UK crime.
That would be a big mistake if they take the title off of her and put it on Saraya. She hasn't earned anything, nor has she done anything to take that title away.
I don't know, man.
Now, I like looking at them when they come out. They look good. But outside of that, no. I'm good. Respectful.
Thank you, Mike. So after this, Mike, we had Anthony Bowens and Max Caster give their answer to Jericho's appreciation, the JAS, basically, right? The Acclaimed declined the offer, but 2.0 will have none of it and say they are teaming with the Acclaimed on Rampage this week. Mike, you know what I always say, right? You know what I always say when it comes to Rampage, bro?
This is the hashtag AEW Rampage after it. Like, no one's watching that, dude.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. After this, Mike, it was MJF Day. MJF Day,
This
bro.
was great.
This was fucking awesome, dude.
This was phenomenal. Oh, my God.
Dude. He showed up in a white tux, right? Had the band playing. It was Jazz Fest, right? And
yeah, this is great. I love the song choice, too. Oh, my God.
What was the song choice, Mike?
It was I forget, but I watch a lot of mob movies, and this hit home.
Point is, though, dude can sing, bro. Dude can wrestle, and he can sing.
Pennies from Heaven.
Pays from heaven, but like what we're saying though, pennies from heaven. Pennies from heaven.
Yeah, Pennies from Heaven. Yes.
Okay, I thought it said something else, but wait a minute, what?
No, not what you thought. Get your mind out the gutter. It's pennies from heaven, like the coin.
Pennies from heaven. Yes.
Yes.
Listen, the guy can wrestle.
I literally sang along as he was singing. I didn't think I was gonna sing.
Steve gave us an all-time clip whenever MJF gave an all-time clip whenever Steve ain't paying him attention. Sure he has. But he gets in the ring. I guess the city manager.
Now, you New Yorkers out there. So what is his role? He said he's the supervisor of Oyster Bay.
Oyster Bay.
Is that the mayor? Is that the city councilman? Or is that a legislator, like some sort of legislator? What?
So is Joseph Saladino.
Yeah, I've heard of that name. The name rings a bell.
Well, here's the thing, Mike. I don't know if you caught this or not, but they were chanting lower taxes. Lower taxes.
Yeah.
They were chanting that. So I'm pretty sure he must be an evil person for the people in that city, in that area. If they want them to lower taxes, man, I don't know.
Yeah.
But they gave MJF the key to the city, bro. The key to Long Island. He then after this told the story of him in the 8th grade. That darn Mrs. Benedict.
Yeah, she was a true Benedict.
A true Benedict and one sorry, you know what MJF said, in quote, sorry bitch, end quote. Respectfully. And yes, at the same time, he threw shade at Darby Allin. He threw shade at Jungle Boy. He threw shade at Sammy Guevara. And he gets back on stage in the entrance area for an acapella, for an encore. And the next thing you know, some guy from behind, I guess, miscued the instrument, right?
They're called the cymbals.
The cymbals, yes, the cymbals. And it turns out it was Jungle Boy.
A good high job too. I didn't even think that. I didn't even recognize him. He tied his hair back. You know, he had the mask on. He looked like a regular jabron, and he took the mask off and took the hat
Well,
off, and I was like, "Dang, Jungle Boy!"
if you notice, Mike, in the beginning when they were doing the performance, he wasn't there.
Right? Yeah, I know.
So in the encore, he shows up. It's like, okay, but yeah, they started brawling. You could right off the rip, they started booing Jungle Boy. MJF, dude, could do no wrong in Long Island, dude.
No, he's a baby face
for life. He is basically Bret Hart in Canada.
Right.
Literally, he is Bret Hart in Canada.
Yeah.
He is CM Punk in Chicago.
Yeah.
He is Steve Austin in Texas.
How many more matches we got? We're 51 minutes in.
We're about to be done. We're about to be done with this. Don't worry about it, Big Mike.
Okay.
After this, we got Sammy Guevara versus Commander. They had a very fun little match. They didn't go that long.
Oh man!
But
if they would have gave them time, they probably would have blew the house off blew the roof off the joint.
Yeah,
I was kind of disappointed in this match a little bit.
Again, it didn't really good. Again, Commander. Go on. I'm sorry, Mike. Go on.
They were just trying to get to the end with Sammy. I understand.
With the cutter
that looked
botched.
No. His promo. I understand.
So, but up in the rafters, Darby was watching from the rafters. I
missed that. I must have turned my head when I saw that.
There was no Sting there. There was no Steve Borden, but Sting let him borrow the spy. Hey, you can use it. You can use the place. Just watching, right? The other pillar. After the match, Sammy cut a promo talking about his past and how MJF never wrestles, this and that, what he's gone through in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest with you. I know Sammy is supposed to be a heel, supposed to be this asshole, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when he talks, I don't buy it.
No, here's the thing with this promo. I thought the content that he was speaking of was good. It's just his delivery was pretty bad. The overuse of profanity was pretty bad. It's a big turnoff for me where you have to use so many curse words to get your point across. A true heel or a true great promo doesn't have to use those things.
And a professional, of course.
And a professional, that's just me. That's just the different pet peeves I've had. I've seen a lot of promos in my day.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Steve.
What happened?
You were going to say something?
No, I was agreeing with you. Yeah.
It's just you don't have to use that. A curse word here or there, cool. But he went on like a tangent kind of with the curse words, and it was really unnecessary.
Call that MJF, right? Got booed even more. And it's funny because like when he's talking, you see Darby watching from above. You see Jungle Boy watching from a screen. You see MJF watching on a screen, right?
Yeah.
As he's talking and shit. Again, I feel like as we get closer to it, Mike, I get the feeling, bro. They're gonna do it at Double or Nothing, bro. It's happening.
All four
of them. Why not? At this point, fuck it.
I say you milk it, man. I say you milk it, and you do
For the UK,
all four of them
at All Out.
Not in the UK, but at All Out after.
Could be, but I get that.
You give every pillar outside of MJF because he's a champion. You give Jungle Boy a chance because he's been more physical with him the most. So you give him his chance first. He loses. Yeah. Then you give Sammy his chance because he's been talking to him more. And then you give Darby his chance, and then they all lose, and they have a match with each other to figure out number one contendership. Maybe it goes to a draw because they're all good in their own right. And they do the Fatal 4-Way at All Out. and he drops the title there.
Could very well be, but we'll see. We'll see what they
To
go.
who?
But
I don't know.
could it be Eddie Kingston at Arthur Ashe, bro? Big Mike? I think he froze on me. Y'all.
I didn't freeze.
But
I'm no selling that.
in other
Let's move
words,
on.
what Mike is trying to say, respectively, is right.
Pretty much.
Hope all's well with you, brother. Hope all's well with you. All Access got good viewers. Got more viewers this week. I know. We did a watch along on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. Which we'll get into that maybe on Friday. We'll talk about that on Friday. Yeah, look at that Romeo. Like, hey, could it very well be? Look at that big Mike.
Because you mentioned it, and now you got him all perked up. No.
Could very well happen. You never know, man. So after this, we got Hook versus Ethan Page for the FTW Championship. This match was a short match, obviously. Matt Hardy cost Ethan Page a match by hitting him with the FTW title. And then they did the whole thing where they're on the entrance ramp after Hook won, of course, with the red drum, right? They do a whole like fist bump, and there was that. Again, I feel like this is more of a dark elevation feud, right? Or rampage. To me, it's whatever. That being the whole thing with Ethan Page and Matt Hardy. I don't know if you feel the same way, Big Mike.
Yeah, so I leave the room when Hook has his matches recently because I just don't care. You know, I want him to move on from this FTW thing. I think it's holding him back, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Gavin writes here, don't know if you covered it yet, but what's your thoughts about All In 2023? I think if you're doing Forbidden Door with NJPW, extend it beyond that event, include NJPW guys on All In 2023, Pac versus Osprey.
Well, guess what?
We did cover it.
Gavin Knotts. What's up, man? Guess what? You can scroll that meter all the way to minute 5, and we talk about that.
We did, yeah. We did.
Watch it from minute 5. I want to say to minute 15, and then hit that live button, and come on back.
Yeah, we did. We talked about it. We did. It's gonna be great, though. It's gonna be fucking great.
Yeah, it's gonna be really good.
Wish I can get my passport cleared up, but I have it, but you know what I mean. Anyway, after this, we had the Blackpool Combat Club of John Moxley, Claudio, and Wheeler Yuta versus 3 jabronis, and basically all you got to know, they got the win. And after this, Hangman Page comes out by himself, gets beat up, and Brian is just screaming, talking about how Claudio, Mox, and Wheeler are all professionals and how everyone are amateurs. And I think that's the word that he used, amateurs, right?
Yeah, how can you forget? He said it 45,000 times.
Exactly. Amateurs.
Just like the Fickle promo. This reminds me of the Fickle promo.
Everyone's amateur. They're the real professional. That he loves those men. Pause.
What did he say about Yuta? He said, I love Wheeler Yuta, even though he can be did he say a smart ass or something like that?
I guess
he said something.
But they're all professionals, right? Professionals, right? Men of honor like me. Kidding. And then after this, Brian grabs a screwdriver and it looks like he stabbed him in the eye.
Oh man, you don't want to bring that storyline back from WWE. Jesus Christ.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I thought he was really gonna shank that man. Like, oh shit. He about to really do something with that. I don't know what it is.
Ever since he can bring his arm, you can't see me, but ever since Brian Danielson can bring his arm past here, he's been a little savage.
Look at that, yo. Gavin's ahead of the game. Yeah, I booked a hotel. Hotel knew about it. Got it for 400 pounds for 2 nights. Now there are some charging 1,200 for 2 nights.
Wow, look at that, man. Ahead of the curve. Love that.
Oh no. So I guess a year ago. But the thing is, this is hotels. If you're
Oh,
gonna go, but knowing
god
Gavin,
dang.
he usually goes. He usually goes, and so again, guys, if you guys have any questions about if you're planning on going to the UK for All In, hit up Gavin on Twitter. If you have any questions about that, that's the guy to go to on Twitter at Gavinot. Also, a longtime friend of mine, good people. So, moving on here, right? We got the main event, bro. The fucking main event. We had the Gun Club versus
Many men.
many men wish death upon me. I ain't gonna.
Blood in my eyes, I can't see.
I'm trying to be what I'm destined to be, and trying to take
Niggas trying to take my life away.
away. I put a hole in that for effing with me.
Bro, when I seen them mouthing that and they got to that point, I was like this. I was like, are they gonna say it? Like,
I was like, literally, I was like, like, what are we doing here? What are we doing?
I thought that intro was good, though. I thought the intro was good.
Now, here's the thing. I love the presentation. You know what, too, bro? I even liked FTR presentation.
Mm-hmm.
The green, the smoke, the green coloring. I loved it. It felt very old school. It felt like something you would have seen in like the 80s, you know, Jim Crockett promotion.
Yeah,
The
that's
way you
basically
present
what they are. You just took them out of the 80s and put them in the now, and they just some guys that can't talk but can wrestle good. That's what they are.
And they had, and I thought again, the match itself was good up until the end. I hated that sequence at the end.
Yeah.
Where both the Gun Club, both the Ass Boys or the Guns, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're standing there. They're just standing there, looking at each other, and they both get sunset flipped for the pin.
Yeah.
Like what are we doing? Like,
hey man, that's
and
you
I
get
saw
what
that.
you got, man.
I saw that, bro, and my reaction was, I shit you not, bro. That was my reaction. Like, what are we doing? Listen, I knew FTR was gonna win, but like that, like,
Just
come
like that.
on. You know,
I mean,
That's fucking bullshit.
they wasn't worthy for the big rig. You can beat these jobbers with anything.
beat him with anything, yeah, pretty much, man. You're not wrong on that one. You're not wrong at all. But that was Dynamite, bro. Overall, I thought the show was good. I thought the announcement was it major? Yes, it was. Right? They're gonna go to the UK sometime in August. What sucked though, Mike, what was terrible though, and it's unfortunate, was the rating, Mike.
Yeah.
The rating for this show. Let's be honest here. I know a lot of people were expecting, 1 million viewers. Some would even say 900,000, right? Bro, this shit got under 900,000.
Yeah, which is bad.
This is so basically they hit at 877,000 viewers, right? They were what was it? They were number 6 in cable. They were number 6 in original cable.
Yeah, man, this was bad.
Now, mind you, there was no game, right? There was nothing, right? Nothing major, right?
No, nothing major that I know of. I mean, yeah, baseball is back, but I don't think there was a big game this early.
Yes. But Mike, before we wrap this up, what grade would you give this show? Final grade.
I give it a B. It was a decent show. No, it was a good show. I'm undercutting it. It was a good show.
Good show. Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
I enjoyed it. I was very upset when I saw the rating because yeah. Oh yeah, it was Lakers Clippers last night.
How did that go?
Clippers won.
Damn. LeBron losing
Yeah,
such
it was Lakers Clippers last night on ESPN. Yep. Now it rings a bell. Yeah.
Yes. But you also got to factor that in too. Like you would think, okay, bro, it's literally the week after WrestleMania, right? That whole news hit with WWE with the Vince. Like you would think people would tune in to the AEW to watch what's going on, right? Nope, nothing. I mean, granted, they got their usual viewers, but still, I was expecting more. If that, I guess makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna give this a B plus. Yeah, B plus. Lakers Dynamite was after Dynamite was over. LOL. No excuse. You there, Mike?
Yeah, I'm here.
To make it, I thought you froze me. I know sometimes you freeze on me. I'm like, oh wait a minute, what's going on here?
No, I was responding to somebody.
Okay. But that's gonna be it for us, guys. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all. Again, if you are new to the Around the Point Network, please hit that subscribe button down below. Give the video a big old thumbs up. Share it through social media. We'll be back tomorrow with Around the Point at 10 p.m. Eastern. There's a lot to get into as well. We'll talk about more of this Vince stuff. We'll talk about the merger. We'll talk about Vicky Guerrero and the shit that's going on with her daughters, and so much other stuff. All right. And to my understanding, there might be even a Around the Point After Dark. So there's that as well. All right. So again, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification. As always, thank you all as always for tuning in, taking the time out of your day to listen to us on the weekly base. All right. There's no All Honor tonight with Caden. He's on an excursion, but All Honor will be back next Thursday. We do have other stuff happening here on the network that we'll be announcing soon as well. Big Mike, let them know where can they check you out, brother.
Yeah, you can check me out on Twitter at DetroitGamer313. Also here on the Around the Point Network.
And of course, for me at Heel Steven. But that's going to be it for us, guys. Thank you all as always. I hope you guys also liked this graphic that I did of pretty good, huh? Pretty good. If I do say so myself.
Some of your best work, man. Some of your best work. I was actually
impressed.
I was like, man, did you hit up Cellrex?
Nah, imagine, dude. Nah, bro. All this dude, believe it or not, is on an iPhone. Pixar, bro.
Yeah, you did a good job, man. You did a good job.
Pixar, man. Let me tell you, bro. We ain't fucking around. Don't listen, bro. You know what it is too? I feel like as we're growing here, we also got to switch up the thumbnails, switch it up a little bit. That's also the feeling I have. But anyway, guys, for myself, for Big Mike, for the gang, this has been S.A.D. Something About Dynamite here on the Around the Point Network. Thank you all and good night. See you all tomorrow for Around the Point.
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
Damn it, God damn it!